Hi friends, welcome to Cindy's Corner. Hey, it is the end of my work week and I'm ready to kick back and settle down, relax, have a snack and a beverage, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. Tonight we've got something that is so aromatic. I wish there was smell-o-vision because we have a lot of ingredients here that smell fantastic. And what we're going to be making tonight to start off with for our snack is a caprese salad, but it's going to be a twist. It's going to be tomato and mozzarella and basil like normal, but we're also going to add some lovely peaches. This week I am so lucky to have a produce store near me, and they had these beautiful peaches there along with some wonderful Long Island tomatoes that are just like the yummiest. So even though it's the beginning of September, you know, peaches are here, so let's take advantage. Okay, so let's get started with this. I've done a bit of slicing already, and so I've got my tomatoes sliced. Now, the peaches, obviously, to get the pit out, you have to cut the peach in half and pull the pit out. So all of your slices are going to be like half moons like this. So I thought that, you know, it's possible if you wanted to do it this way, you could cut all your tomato slices. Actually, you know, maybe we should do that. Cut our tomato slices in half moons as well, and then they all kind of match. So let me put my plate to the side here, and I'm going to take some of my tomato slices and cut them in half. Okay, hadn't thought about that till just now, but I think that's going to work out great. Okay, so let me just bring that back over here. Okay, now, you know, caprese salad is great just with sliced tomatoes, mozzarella, and some fresh basil, salt and pepper, drizzle a little olive oil over it. But we're going to make a pesto lemon sauce to put on top of it. And why don't we start with that? Now that you've seen the ingredients over here, and I've got this lovely fragrant basil. Look how great that looks. So I got some fresh pesto at the store, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be mixing the fresh pesto with, this is like 1 tablespoon of fresh pesto. All the amounts will be in the description box. This is 3 ounces of fresh lemon juice, and we're going to add 1 teaspoon of honey. And you know, it's always a good tip when you're using honey, which is very sticky, to put it into a spoon that has had some oil wiped on it. So I just used the spoon that I used to dish out the pesto with, and that made quick work of getting that honey out of that spoon. Okay, so now we're just going to whiz this together with my little paddle here. Boy, oh, that's going to be really nice. Now this, the amounts in the description are for a large platter. And of course, it's just me tonight, so I'm making a small platter, but this is the same amount you would use for a large platter. So I'm not going to be using all of this, but I'm going to save this because I'm going to keep having this platter all weekend long. Okay, so let's get rid of this, put this over here. So we've got our honey, our fresh pesto, and our lemon juice. Okay, now let's start building this platter. Okay, so we're going to take our tomato slices. Let me just put it kind of like this, overlapping. And then these basil leaves are so big, I'm just going to put some of them right there, and then put the mozzarella on top. Now, I guess I should show you this mozzarella. At my store, they have fresh mozzarella logs. And this is something new I hadn't seen before. They have thin sliced, so it's pre-sliced, which really makes life easy. I'll wipe my hands off here. So here's our mozzarella slices. So I'm just going to put that right there. Like that. And then I'm going to take some peach slices and put that here like this. And I think that I will double up with these peach slices like this, and then we go back, and then we're just going to build this down the row here. So we're going to put our tomato and then our basil. Boy, you know, there's nothing like fresh basil. It just is so aromatic and smells so wonderful. Okay, and then back with our mozzarella and our peach slices. As I say, I'm just building this for myself tonight, so I don't have to have, you know, super huge amount here. Boy, that looks good just like that. Okay, and then I'll finish it with 2 tomato slices like that. Oh yeah. Okay, now we take our dressing and we're going to drizzle this dressing right over top. So this is what you would use in place of drizzling with olive oil, because that's definitely something you would want to do. Okay, and we're also going to put one of my favorite things on here. You know, I think I need more basil, and that is the coup de grace is the balsamic glaze. So after we're all done, that's what I'm going to put on here. But I think we definitely need some more basil in here. So I'm going to tear this one and stick it between the mozzarella and the peach. Now, if you are going to tear your basil, you know, I would do it like close to when you're going to serve it, so that it doesn't discolor or get, I guess they'd call it burned when it gets kind of discolored. Okay. Oh gosh, this smells so good. I tell you. Okay, so I'm getting another one over here. Yeah, this looks more like what I was intending. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, so now another thing I'm going to add is some salt and pepper. So we're just going to put a little salt over this and some freshly cracked black pepper. Yes. Okay. Move this out of the way. And finally, I'm going to add our balsamic glaze. This stuff is so fantastic. Every time I make a green salad, I like to put this on top. Okay, so if you hold it up and you drizzle it, you know, you get this really attractive looking drizzle, and it tastes so amazing. Okay, so there we go. There is our peach tomato caprese salad. How yummy is that? This is going to be delicious. Okay, let's put that aside and take a look at our cocktail for tonight. So, because I found wonderful peaches at the store, we're going to make a cocktail that has peach in it as well. So, let's bring some ingredients over here. So, we got some vodka. We have some, this cocktail does have a bunch of ingredients, but I tell you, it's amazing. Okay, so I've got some, this is the ice sparkling water. This is the lemon lime flavor. Okay, then here's our, so this is a half of a large peach chopped up fine and kind of smooshed it with a spoon. And we've got some fresh basil here. We're going to muddle that along with the peach, and also we've got some fresh lemon juice, and we've got some simple syrup. I made myself some sugar-free simple syrup, and you know, when you make simple syrup is just, if you use regular sugar, it's 1 part sugar to 1 part water, and you boil the water and then you put the sugar into it and let it dissolve, and then you have simple syrup. And that's a really great thing to have to add to a cold beverage. Okay, so I'm going to build this in a rocks glass. Tall Collins glass I think would also be good. So what we're going to do, this is about 1/4 cup of fresh basil leaves. We're going to put in the bottom of our glass. We're going to take our muddler And we're going to gently bruise, just press the leaves to release their natural oil. Okay, then we're going to take, let me get a spoon over here. We're going to take our peaches, and these peaches smell so amazing. I can't wait to have this cocktail. So we're going to put all of that right into our glass. And again, we're going to muddle, use our muddler here, press all of that into the basil so some of the basil flavor will mix in with the peach, which is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, now we can add our ice. A couple cubes of ice there. We're going to add 2 ounces of fresh lemon juice. We're going to add 1 ounce of vodka. Okay. And we're just going to top it off with the soda. Now, if you want to use like something like Sprite or club soda, whatever you like, that is what you're going to use. And I almost forgot the simple syrup. Let's put the simple syrup in there. Okay, and I'm pretty much out of room. Okay, so let's just stir this together. So actually, I guess this glass might have been a little too small, but that's okay, because I think this is going to taste wonderful without the soda. But to make it a spritz, you want to add the soda. Let me just get a paper towel here to clean this up a little bit. Of course, I could take a sip of this. That is really good. You taste the peach, the basil, the lemon. Okay, I'm just going to add just a touch. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, now to garnish this, I have a couple peach slices and a sprig of the basil. So we're just going to stick that right here. Wow, doesn't that look pretty? Oh, and that is so tasty. Okay, so here we go. So we have our Peach Tomato Caprese Salad along with our Peach Basil Spritzer, the vodka spritzer. This is so yummy. I hope you'll give it a try. You take care, and I will see you soon.